growth, and I'm going to share a little bit about my PIP journey and my project. So I applied to Partners hoping to learn skills to be a better mom and to learn how to advocate. What I learned was so much more. One of the topics that really spoke to me was the concept of universal design. So my project is a reflection of that. So I took one aspect of universal design and specifically focused on universal healthcare, universal design in healthcare. I partnered with Hopper Health, which is a primary care provider for adults that have neurodivergent disabilities. And they actually provide patient navigators who will call in-person locations like x-rays or for tests or mammograms, and they'll make sure that your accommodations can be honored and that the providers know how to accommodate you. Part of my project was to help co-write a white paper, a technical document, so that providers understand what we need and have some universal supports already built in. But my project kind of grew. As I did research for the white paper, I came across this article. Now, what I knew was that anxiety and depression is already at 3 times higher than the pre-pandemic levels in the general population. I also knew that being part of the disability community meant that we were at a higher risk of mental health struggles. What I didn't know was being part of the disability community and being autistic and being a woman, which was such a higher risk. As you can see, in contrast to the general population, women die at a higher rate than any other group. This changed the direction of my project. Originally, I wanted to focus on healthcare, but I took a little bit of a pivot and went looking into behavioral health. And unfortunately, in discussions with my peers and with my own lived experience, these are true. So one aspect of my project that I can show you is I created an advocacy social media pages to share resources. My introduction to my TikToks are always, hi, my name is Beth. I'm a late diagnosed autistic, and I'm here to share tips, tricks, and how to navigate this crazy galaxy that wasn't set up for us. Because you all know it is not set up for us. I use the skills and techniques that I learned in PIP and for my research so that I can share information with the wider neurodivergent community. In addition, I did a lot more. My peers tell me that I'm always busy, and it's true. So I did the original of the white paper. It's waiting to be published right now. I did some blog posts. I interviewed peers. I interviewed a CEO, a patient navigator in the healthcare industry. I had discussions with my peers, talked to my legislators, and did some continuing education to get a deeper dive into what universal design can look like in healthcare and mental health settings. In my journey, I learned something really important, that we don't have enough mental health care providers that actually understand our community. And that's when I realized one of the things I can do is to start my education, go back to school, I know after all this time, and become a peer recovery support specialist. Use my lived experience as a person with a disability and with mental health struggles to help others like us. So the bigger lessons learned from my project was that COVID significantly reduced the workforce in the healthcare and mental health setting. And providers that are still around are extremely burnt out. So until we can fill those gaps and help those providers, we have a long, long road before they'll be able to listen to us and our needs. The other thing I learned is when you're fighting for accessible healthcare, you should definitely invest in red tape. It's so complicated. So after graduation, I plan to amplify the white paper when it comes out, continue my advocacy through my social media, sit for my CRSS credentials, so I can be a mental health care provider. Partner with the Lead Center, which is a new center that just opened this month. It's a federally funded center that's focusing on bridging the gap between disability and mental health. I'm really excited about that. Staying up to date with all my group, continuing talking to my legislators, even though it's really scary. They are actually cool people and they want to hear us. And then my life goal now is to open up Neurodivergent Galaxy, a provider that would focus on peer-led support for folks with disabilities who also have mental health struggles. It would be peer conversations, a safe place to go, but also that the advocacy and partnership to navigate the system. The mental health system does not understand us at all. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm actually in conversations with Innovation to Cage to try and figure out how to set those business up. So my project goes far beyond making healthcare and mental health care accessible. It's about every individual that has a right to choose their own way. Their voice is heard, valued, and respected. And a special thank you to everybody who is involved in this journey. Huge thank you to my partner who is very patient with me with the many hours I was working on my project, my son, my boss at work for his flexibility, faculty advisor, Megan, you've been awesome. My table floor friends, I love you guys, the council, and everybody in this room. Thank you so much.
Nice. Yeah.